Hi there. What would you do if you needed 10 people, or let's say 100, to buy in on your service or product today? Alright, here's what I would do. First and foremost, I'll create an offer. An offer is simply what people will benefit when they buy from you and how they will get it. Offers include things like the product itself or the service, bonuses, your reward, and sometimes your offer could be self-liquidating. For example, buy now and get 75% off. After doing that, what I'll do next is to drive traffic to that offer using a marketing plan. The reason being that the more people that see your offer, the better your chances for making sale. The goal or the aim of your marketing plan is for you to create as much content as possible so that people can make a decision when they see it. Having said that, I have this free Hello, guys. Well, welcome to the first episode of our growth and marketing series. All right. Before today, on my Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, I have been telling us that I'm going to embark on an 8-week project with some of my friends that I've seen build something relevant. Okay, so they will be coming on here to share their brand story with us, and then we will learn one or two things from them. Today, I have Mapurenso Sunday with me in the studio. I'm so excited about this. Okay, so he's going to come share his story with us, and then we'll learn one or two things or ask questions. So if you're live with us, just use the comment section. Let me know you're live with me, and yes, let's go. Sunday. Hello, Sunday.
Hello, Mr. Daniel. Thank you for having me.
Wow, it's so nice to
Hello.
have you on here. Welcome. I can hear you very
Thank you
well.
for the efforts.
All right, so let's listen to your story. Tell us your story.
Okay, my brand name is Psychoanalysis, and I've been able to build this brand from scratch because I noticed that there is a market out there. People who want to know a lot about how to invest and especially how to invest in financial markets like the stock market, the forex, and several other financial markets out there. And a lot of people do not know how to invest in financial markets. So I actually created a brand, Psychoanalysis, to be able to help people know how to invest in financial markets, teach people about the economy, savings, budgeting, and so many other things out there. In Nigeria now, we have about 80 million poor people out there. And according to the World Bank statistics, this index is going to grow by 92 million. So there's a very high rate of poor people out there, and that's why I actually created this brand. And what I did was that psychoanalysis in itself, I use that name because the name is kind of catchy. If you hear the name, you definitely be triggered to want to know what this brand does. And that is one thing with a lot of brands out there. If you have a brand, you should create a name that will be attractive to people, so that when they hear the name of your brand, they will actually want to jump into knowing what your brand does, and by that you can actually convince them. So because of my brand name, a lot of clients, even foreign clients, have contacted me to teach them about financial markets and so many other things out there. And I do pay for ads, for advertisement, several platforms, because there are some platforms that there are some platforms or some people's like just like some people's YouTube page is they have a lot of audience there. So I have paid for ads to reach out to people out there on what I do on my brand and able to build a very competent team which has helped me so much. And I have given out a lot of value to people. And people have seen my work and they have seen that it's good. So a lot of people, when I act on them, they will go out there and tell their sisters, their friends, and people out there. And it is one marketing strategy that is very, very important. Create value for people. People will do marketing for you. So this is very, very important to depend on likes to build your brand because they crash. And I do stuff such as TikTok. There is a huge audience of young people on TikTok. So you can use other platforms to actually promote your brand, like TikTok. Today, young people use TikTok very, very. I don't know if there's any question you can ask me.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow. That was amazing. That was amazing. I love how you built psychoanalysis and your brand. I was tempted to call you a YouTuber at a point, but then I was like, yeah, almost everyone does YouTube and all that. So I want you to share with us, how were you able to build your audience? How were you able to build relevance for your niche, sir? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. I was asking, the question I was asking is this: I love how you built your brand and all that. Can you just share with us what you did to attract more audience for yourself and to also build your relevance?
Okay. Essentially, what I did was that I used different platforms where we have a lot of people on there. Like TikTok, for example, today is very, very engaged. A lot of youth use TikTok to catch fun and do so many other things there. So I noticed that there's a huge audience on TikTok, and I actually used it to build my brand. I created a TikTok account, and I have gotten so many clients on TikTok. Also, what I did was that psychoanalysis. I actually used a brand name that is attractive to people. A lot of people, when you hear them psychoanalysis, they actually want to brand does. And by that alone, I've been able to attract people. Alone. There are some of these little things that a lot of these people that brand, they ignore it. Just like a brand name, for example, a lot of brands out there, they just give it a name. But a brand name is very, very important, and I actually use it to attract clients, even foreign clients, both foreign and local clients, my brand. So the name alone is a marketing strategy, and you can use also other platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I use Instagram itself to build my brand. My YouTube is growing every day, and I think I am looking forward to growing more. So this is a strategy that I have used so much. Hello.
Okay, that's awesome. I want to find out something. When we start building our brands and all that, most people face the challenge of engagement. Like they might post something and it doesn't come out. People don't react much. People don't comment much and all that. So I wanted to know, did you feel the pressure of social media in terms of number of likes, number of comments, and all that? And how did you manage it? How did you grow beyond that? Because right now I noticed that some people have issues when they post links like YouTube links, but currently I noticed that you have a considerable amount of reactions on your videos whenever I post them on Facebook. So how were you able to do that, sir? How were you able to do
Okay.
it?
One of the strategies I use in attracting people to engage with me on my Facebook platform when I post link is that what I do essentially is that I create a write-up that will be very, very attractive to people out there. And by creating a write-up that will be attractive to people, so many people, like a lot of people today, do not know that they can actually invest in the stock market by sitting down in their houses. I feel like, oh, all this is a scam. But when I make write-ups, I do tell people the importance of actually learning some of these things. So when you tell people the importance, when people see the value in it, then people will be engaging in it. But if you just post things and you don't actually tell people how that will actually help them, people will not be very engaging. But when you actually tell people how it can help them, then people will see the need of engaging with your links, especially if it's a YouTube link or link to any other platforms. So that is what I normally do.
Wow, this is so nice. I really love it. I could pick out the point, and that point is that you establish the fact that value is what attracts people to you. Value is what keeps people to you. So if you keep sharing valuable content and all that, your reactions, your engagement, and all that will begin to increase. Wow, I love that. That's so amazing. And like I said, I've learned something from it. Okay, so now the next question is, it's for some people. Some people might be struggling with consistency. Okay, consistency in showing up on social media, consistency in creating content, consistency in even doing the business and all that. So, what are your advice? What can you say in this regard, sir?
Okay, consistency is very, very important in keeping a brand. Without consistency, there is a very high likelihood your brand will not be able to achieve its objective. And this has happened to me personally. I've been on YouTube for about 1 year now, and for some months I don't even post any video. And I noticed that after a very long period of time, when I post videos, I do see a lot of the engagement is very, very low and the views is very, very low. So what I will tell people out there is that you need to be consistent, and this is why you need to plan. You need to always plan for your brand. You need to make a very good plan. You need to have a marketing strategy. You need to keep a very, very good plan. Like for me, sometimes what I do is that if let's say I will be busy in the next 2 months, and of course, it's for me to keep my YouTube active. So what I do is that I will create like 4 videos and save them in my phone. Then I will be posting them one after. Let's say this week I will post one, then maybe next week I will post another one again. Because consistency is very, very important. Without consistency, you cannot build a brand. That is the truth, and that is just the fact. Even Tesla, they have been building their brand for over years now, before their brand is known across the world. So that is one thing. Consistency is very, very important in building your brand. Not just about consistency, but consistency with value. Because if you are consistent and you're not creating value, then you will not be able to achieve your objectives. But when you are consistent and you are creating value out there, then you and this is why it's also important that you invest in research and development. It is very, very important because you need to invest in new methods of doing things. You need to invest in education so that you know how to cut down. Because when you invest in your own self, in educating your own self, you realize that you know more things. You know how to cut down cost for your brand, and you know how to improve your brand product or service out there. Even big brands like Tesla, some of them spend about 1.5 billion US dollars just on research and development. That tells you that research and development is very important for any brand to grow out there.
Okay. All right. Wow. Awesome. awesome. So I have one more question, but currently we have three people watching us live. Um, for those who are watching us, watching the replay, please just write your comments and then we'll still give answers to them. Okay. So someone here wants to know when you are starting out your brand.
Okay.
Yeah, someone here wants to know when you're starting out your brand, is it important that you put more emphasis on making the money or on the process? Some people will be like, I just started out, I've not made my first 1 million yet. And I'm sure that you'll be able to make a little amount of money from your brand and all that. So what is your advice on this regard?
Okay. I think it depends on the person particularly. Because people are driven by money, while some people are driven by value. So you need to understand yourself very, very well. If money is what drives you to become innovative, then you should actually be money focused. Because when you're money focused, you'll be very, very innovative, you'll be able to achieve your brand objectives. But if creating value is actually um, what drives you to become innovative, then you should actually pursue creating value, because by creating value, it will transmit to wealth creation. So it depends on the person. It depends on the person. People are different. People are wired differently. Some people are being motivated when they see money, while some people are actually motivated when they see value. So it depends on the person, in my own opinion.
Okay. Oh, all right. That is awesome. So, wow, thank you so much for coming on stream with us live and all that. So, how can we contact you beyond this event? Can you like share your social media handles with us, and also let us know the other places you live online, and if you have any offer that you can make to the audience, you can also pitch it here now. Let's let's all plug into it.
Okay, I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I can also get me on YouTube at Mapurenso Sunday Mapurenso. That's my name on all my social media handles, and you can get me there. For now, um, there are a lot of offers that are coming. I'm going to be offering free training on how to invest in the stock market and so many other things out there. So you can catch me on all my social media handles at Mapurenso Sunday Mapurenso.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Let's go on a little break, then we'll come back and finish up what we've started. All right, let's go on a little break.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Training where I'm going to take you by the hand through the process of creating offers. Hi there. What would you do if you needed 10 people or let's say 100 to buy in on your service or product today? All right, here's what I would do. First and foremost, I'll create an offer. An offer is simply what people will benefit when they buy from you and how they will get it. Offers include things like the product itself or the service, bonuses, your reward, and sometimes your offer could be self-liquidating. For example, buy now and get 75% off. After doing that, what I'll do next is to drive traffic to that offer using a marketing. The reason being that the more people that see your offer, the better your chances for making sales. The goal or the aim of your marketing plan is for you to create as much content as possible so that people can make a decision when they see it. Having said that, I have this free training where I'm going to take you by the hand through the process of creating offers around your services and products and sell out your content and close your deals like a boss. What you need to do is for you to click on the learn more button or the link somewhere around this video, and then I'll see you on the other side. By the way, my name is Daniel Afiakure. I'm the value director for Green Sticks Networks. Wow, 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 wow. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you are interested in the offer that I made on the video there, just type interested in the comment section and then I'll give you the link on how to get on boarded. And one more thing I want to tell you is if you are coming from this training, I'll be giving you that offer for free. You don't have to pay for anything. What you just need to do is type interested in the comment section, and I'll teach you how to market your product, how to promote it like a pro, and how to make crazy sales from it. All right. So we are still on the growth and marketing series, and we had the pleasure of doing this with Mapurenso Sunday. He gave a whole lot of advice on how he grew his TikTok, how he drove traffic to his brand from TikTok. Man, like some people actually underrate TikTok too. So when people talk about TikTok, they'll be like, hey, it's not that app that people just dance and do some. But people are really using it to promote their business, all right? And Mapurenso Sunday said that this is how he was able to drive traffic to his content. Yeah, from TikTok to his YouTube, from TikTok and all that. Then he grew his YouTube channel, and then he gave us advice that if you're starting out growing your brand from zero, you should focus on value, because money shouldn't be the principal thing. Because when you focus on value, when you focus on giving value, all right, money comes as a reward. Okay, that is the first thing. Relationships too come as a reward. There are a lot of things that you can achieve because of relationship. You see, like I have this friend that promised me that I was going to be on air in Uyo here at Uyo, Nigeria. And how was I able to get that opportunity? It was because I networked, I reached out to her, I gave value, I attended her event as a guest, I spoke, and then she was like, wow, wouldn't you like to come on radio? And that was how I got on radio, okay? And I spoke. I even shared it on my timeline for everyone to see and all that. So yes, relationships too are part of the things that you get when you focus on value. Money would come, but don't let it be the principal thing. This is what our guest today has shared with us. So I'm going to be bringing him up again on stage to see if we have questions for him. If we don't have questions for him, then I will just ask him a couple more questions, and then we'll wrap it up for today. All right. Mapurenso,
I can hear you, Mr.
welcome
Daniel.
back.
Thank you very much.
It's so good to have you. It's so good to have you on this show, being that this is the first edition and all that. Okay, so if you had the opportunity to talk to your 2011-year-old self, like 2011, what are the advice that you would give yourself, looking at how far you've come now?
Okay. Actually, so advice that I will give to myself is that I actually need to invest more in research and development, because for any brand to be able to thrive, you must invest in research and development. And the more you know, the less risky it is for you to to make a failed brand. Like, if you know more, your brand will be able to achieve its objective. So that is very, very important. I think that is the advice that I will give to myself. I will actually need to invest more in research and development, because nobody knows everything, and we actually need to know more. So that's the advice I will give to myself.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. At this point, I want to tell you thank you so much for coming, for gracing the occasion as our first guest. I know we'll do better moving on. Next week we'll be having a storyteller come tell us a story. That is his name is Eddie Lawrence. He'll come next week Wednesday by 2 p.m. He'll come share his story with us, and then we'll also learn one or two things. The aim of this live broadcast is for us to learn how to grow and how to market our brands. All right. Thank you so much for coming today. All right. Bye.
For having me too. Thank you very much, and bye.
Uh, all right.
Thank you.
Action.